Hey guys, today I'm just going to be quickly talking about passive monitor controllers, and if you don't know what they are, this is one of them. This is the Mackie Big Knob. Essentially what you get is you get a couple of inputs and a couple of outputs, and you get a selector switch, so you can have two different interfaces coming into your volume knob, and then you can connect two sets of speakers. So you can just monitor select, you can switch between two different sets of speakers, and you can really easily A/B your mix. And you've also got like a nice mono button. You listen to mono, and you get a nice, that's why it's called the Big Knob, you get a nice big wheel where you can control your volume. These are completely passive, which means there's no powered components. So as you can see on the back, there's no like power jack. So this doesn't require any power. The sound literally just goes through it. I love this. I've been using this guy for maybe like 4 years. But recently it's been getting it gets a bit crackly. So the buttons, when you press them, the speakers kind of flicker and duck and do some stuff. And then also I've been noticing a bit that it's been sounding like my speakers are at different volumes sometimes. And that's when I'm controlling the main knob. And I'm like, this isn't good for my mixes. I need my speakers to be true, because that's kind of half the point. So I really recommend this one, the Mackie Big Knob. It is built like a tank, but I've noticed, and I've seen a few other people say over the years, they get a bit shit. I was going to replace this. I was thinking about, I took this apart and I sprayed contact cleaner in all the switches and in the pentiometer, I think it's called, to try and clear it up, thinking that might just give me a few more years. But honestly, like a few weeks later, I'm still having a little bit of crackling, and I'm just like, I think I should just replace this. So I was thinking about getting either another one of these, or I was going to try the Behringer passive monitor controller, which is pretty affordable. I think it's like $90. And it looks exactly the same things. But I've been looking, and I read some stuff online, and I decided maybe I should upgrade. So I've gone and I picked myself up Heritage Audio Baby Ram, and I'm going to let you know how I go. I'm going to be testing this out over the next few weeks, and that's the thing, is this one lasted great for a few years, and I'm not really going to know for a few years. But the idea with this one is, apparently, since it's like this is like a smooth knob. The knob on the Baby Ram is it's staggered, which is good because you can have it set exactly where you want it every time. But also, apparently, it's much better for, like a more true stereo thing for your speakers. I don't know all the lingo, but pretty much it sounds like this is the kind of equipment that I need. So I've just picked one up, and I'm just giving you my first impressions on it. This is the Heritage Audio Baby Ram, and this is the Mackie Big Knob passive controller. And let's put them next to each other, and they are surprisingly completely different sizes. I was not expecting this one to be so big, but they do the same thing. So if you look on the back, they've got the same output inputs. The Mackie actually has a line in a 3.5 mil as well. If you can see that in the middle there, it's actually got a 3.5 mil, which is your B. So I've never actually used that, but that's an option for someone. And then the Heritage Audio, it has unbalanced and balance and float switch on the back. The build quality of both, they both feel incredible. They're both like metal, super rugged. It's interesting though, the Heritage Audio Baby Ram, I kind of thought this was going to be metal, the actual controller. It's plastic, and I'm guessing it's probably going to, it's going to work fine, but it just feels a little, immediately, this was more than double the price of the other one, and this just feels a little cheap feeling on the fingers. So I was a little bit, not disappointed, but I was a little bit surprised, because in terms of build quality, I'd say there's no difference. If anything, the Mackie feels like a better build quality because you've got a metal knob. And I don't know if that's just, there's just something about metal that makes things feel a bit more premium. But if it works, it works. And what's more important with this sort of stuff is actually the guts, and that's the bit that they don't show you. So that's the bit that I'm relying on with the Heritage Audio. I'm hoping it's going to be, I'm going to test it out. And as you can hear, the control wheel is, it's like stepped. So that's going to be really good because I feel like with my mixes, I'm like, usually I eyeball and I know the levels that I use this one at roughly with my speakers, but it'll be nice to be able to just like set it to -48 and then just know between mixes and stuff and workflow that is exactly where I'm going to have it most of the time. The other thing that's different is you've got source select switches. They're kind of like mirrored. So this one has source select on the left side and monitor on the right side. This one actually has your output on the left side and your input on the right side. So they've kind of reversed the flow. And I actually like that because when it's on my desk, I keep it on the right-hand side of my desk. So it means the outputs, which are the ones I would switch most of the time for different monitor speakers, are closer. So I don't know, it's a small thing. But besides that, it's pretty much exactly the same thing. Yeah. The other cool thing about this though, this does like, I guess it's novelty, but this does just look a bit more legit, a bit more vintage studio kind of vibe compared to this. But then this has a nice small footprint on my desk. This takes up like half my desk for a volume knob. But then again, volume knob is the thing I use the most on my desk almost as well. I'm going to use this guy over the next couple of weeks, and then I'm going to finish off this YouTube video with a bit of a review of how I'm going. Maybe I'll do a review in a couple of years and be like, hey, this is great. Everything I've heard about this is the solution to the crackling thing. I think what I've read, this is like the pro version and this is like the budget version, and this does do everything. But if you do get to the point when you're like, I need my speakers to be like spot on, you got to kind of go with this, I think. Okay, just a quick additional note. I've just plugged it in and I like the step thing. It's actually really practical. I know the knob on the Heritage Audio is like plasticky feeling, but actually the fact that it steps, it feels much more like, it just feels more accurate. It instantly, I just started using it on one of my mixes and yeah, I like it. I think I like it a lot more. The Mackie, great unit. This unit, Heritage Audio, I think it's going to be a good one. And it just sounds really clean. It's brand new. But yeah, hopefully all the components just last a lot longer than the other one. So I think if you're planning on like upgrading long term, might be better going with the Heritage Audio. If it's a home studio and it's not that important, like that one, I've been using that for years. It's been great, the Mackie. It's just lately, I've just been noticing, I'm like, I think my left speaker feels a bit quieter. And then as I turn the wheel, it feels like it adjusts just like slightly. And that's stuff that I'm like in my mixes, I don't want to be monitoring. I always do like tests in my car and on my earbuds and stuff anyway. But for a pro studio, you got to have like, your instruments have to be pretty good. So yeah, that's why I've got this. There's definitely a niche in the market for like another one, like something between. Because if Mackie, like the build quality of that is so good, they just need better components. And surely the components can't be that expensive. Like, so surely there's somewhere in between. And also, I like small footprint as well. But this is kind of like it's a bit of a showpiece on the desk. I don't use like a lot of analog gear, as you could tell. So it's kind of nice to have like a very analog looking thing, especially for the thing that you use the most, which is like the volume control. Being able to easily switch through, all the buttons feel good. It looks good. I'm happy with my purchase. But I hope this helps. Let me know what you think. And yeah, all these brands also do preamp and like interface versions of these things too. I have an Apollo Twin X sitting on my desk, which does all this. It actually does everything. And it's got the step feel. It just doesn't have the selectors, like the output selection, which I like to be able to just A/B my mixes with other speakers in my studio. And I just like the tactile thing of just having its own thing here. And I might sell my Apollo Twin X soon because I don't really need all that inputs because I've got a X8P Apollo of like 8 inputs underneath, so I actually don't need it. But yeah, great little unit. I am happy with my purchase. Thanks. I bought it from Sounds Easy, which is like an online store here. And yeah, they were pretty easy, which I guess is in their name. But yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Speak soon. Hey guys, if you liked the video, please subscribe. I'm just reviewing all the gear that I've bought in my studio. I'm just going through and just talking about the things I like and the things I don't like. And if you want to support me, please go check out my original stuff, which I'm making in this little studio with all this gear and stuff. All right, bye. Bye.